Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Brandon Johnson from UsedBoatsTV, and welcome back to our Monday meeting. And today's episode, we're going to cover a couple different comments that were posted on our different social media platforms like Facebook or YouTube. And today, we're going to cover a little bit about Yamaha jet boats, as well as we're going to take a comment that was made and explain something in that, which we will in turn learn about running surface and why it's important in terms of what to look for when you're boat shopping. All right, let's get started in 30 seconds.
But first, I'd like to introduce our channel. I've been passionately selling boats for over 19 years. The purpose of this channel is to help you and your family enjoy boats and boating just as much as my family and I enjoy it. So thanks to the help of my staff,
Hi, Brandon.
hi, Mason, we've been able to successfully upload hundreds of boat reviews, instructional operation, help, and how-to videos. I don't ask for anything in return, except for the opportunity to possibly help you find a boat when the time comes. So to stay up on everything we upload, click that subscribe button below and stay tuned.
Nice. So once again, the sole purpose of the Monday meeting is simply to interact with our subscribers and different people that are out there boat shopping with any kind of information that we may be able to help assist with. So if this is your first time checking out our channel, please consider subscribing by clicking down below, following it up with a click on the bell icon, then you'll be notified anytime we upload something new. So let's get right into our first comment. Before we do that, though, I wanted to give a special thank you to Mr. Phil. Phil's been a subscriber on our channel for a real long time. I've been looking for him a big bow rider. That's what he's been looking for, and the inventory's just been so little. It's almost depressing that he was actually able to find one from an individual down here. He drove all the way from Ohio. I went out and went on a ride with him, and he bought a new trailer from us. So thank you so much, and it's just a good something to think about in terms of if there's ever anything I can do to help you, don't be afraid to pick up that phone and call you. My cell phone number is always down here in the videos. So now, comment number 1. This is from Ken, which is one of our subscribers here. Thank you so much, Ken. It says, a note of thanks for all the info I've gathered from your videos and reviews. Watching the numerous reviews on different boats really helped me narrow down my search, and I was able to snag a beautiful Cobalt 262. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to your upcoming videos. Well, thank you so much. Ken watched the Monday meeting last week, and that kind of made me think about something that's important to bring up in terms of boats. I love 262 Cobalts. Most everybody knows that. And I wanted to tell you something that I've learned, because it's very valuable information to consider when you're trading. So let's say you were going to trade on a boat. This scenario is very specific, right? So let's just say you're wanting an updated seating configuration. Well, this is not relevant to that. Let's say you wanted a slightly better ride, a bigger boat altogether, a different ride. Well, that's where this is extremely relevant. So a lot of people think that the numbers on the side of the boat are what the length is. And it's kind of close, but it's not deathly accurate. So I wanted to give you a real good scenario as to why I like a 262 Cobalt so much and why this information is relevant for your purchase decision when you're buying maybe your first one or your next one or making a change altogether. So a Sea Ray 240 Sun Deck, we're going to use that in an example, and a 262 Cobalt. A 262 Cobalt without an extended swim platform is 26 foot 2 inches. A Sea Ray 240 Sun Deck with a platform is 26 foot 4 inches. So why would a guy trade a 240 Sun Deck on a 262 Cobalt, right? Those numbers on the side are close, and they're both 26 foot boats in reality. So a lot of guys would say, well, that makes no sense to change. I'm not gaining anything. Well, here's the valuable information. It's not just the numbers on the side. It's not just the length that equates to ride. Sure, the wider the boat, the better the ride. The heavier the boat, the better the ride. But something that I feel everybody misses is the running surface. What's the running surface? That's the part of the boat that's sitting in the water touching it when the boat's not running at all. Okay? How do you find that? Because you don't want to swim out there and measure it. Transom to bow eye. So the bow eye is the little eyelet up front in the boat that you'd hook your strap on from a trailer and crank it up to the end of the transom. The end of the boat where you put your plug in if the outdrive is missing. That length for this scenario. So the 240 Sun Deck transom to bow eye is only 21 foot 6 inches. I know that because I've literally sold hundreds, if not 1,000 of them, and hundreds, if not 1,000 boat trailers for a 240 Sun Deck. So it's a 26 foot 4 inch boat overall with just a 21 foot 6 inch running surface. That boat ride's incredible though. I absolutely love Sea Ray 240 Sun Decks. But for this scenario, why would a person trade that on a 262 Cobalt? A 262 Cobalt has a transom and bow eye, aka a running surface, of 24 feet. That's actually 6 inches longer than a 290 Sea Ray, which is 31 foot 4 inches overall at the distended platform, 9 foot 8 inches wide. So you can't really compare the ride because it's symmetrically impossible, to a 262 Cobalt to a 290 Sea Ray. But I am saying that the running surface is very, very important. So if you're, going from a 24 to a 26, that 26 may actually be less boat in the water absorbing waves than your current one, okay? So keep that in mind. Running surface is very important, and it equates to a much, much better ride. There's really not a 26-foot boat that I've sold in my career that has a 24-foot transom to bow eye. I'm not telling you specifically to go buy 262 Cobalt. Not my point at all. I'm just saying keep that in consideration when you're making a trade, because the numbers on the side may actually mean diddly squat for what you're trying to accomplish. Just something to be cognitive of. It's a big word. I'm feeling super smart today. It's just wonderful. Okay, question number 2 from our YouTube channel, and once again, posted on last week's Monday meeting. I covered 2 this week just because I feel like these are 2 big questions to explain. This subscriber is called Rich, under Common Sense. Would like to get your thoughts on the 2015 and up Yamaha 242 any model. Our water level on the chain of lakes in Illinois is low most of the time. Our lake is super freaking low right now. I have a 1991 Bayliner 265cc cuddy cabin that runs awesome, but my wife and her friend have hit bottom when cruising. They forgot to trim up. I just don't want to deal with prop changes anymore. I'm afraid to get a Sea Ray or Chaparral 27-foot because the Bravo 3 outdrive would kill me in price. Thanks, Rich. So what he means by that is a stern drive drafts more water, which means, back to the whole the boat in the water thing, draft is how much boat is underneath it, including the drive. Max draft would be to the tip of the drive. Min would be with the drive trimmed up, just the actual hull itself in the water. And a Bravo 3 is a very expensive drive to knock off in shallow water. I completely agree with that. So jet boats in general are probably, and don't hate me for saying this, guys, but my least favorite boat entirely. Quick story. When I was much younger, I bought my wife a Baja Splash jet boat. I bought it under a mechanic's lien from a very reputable shop here. And all I wanted for it was a bimini top. I bought that boat for my wife to take the kids tubing when I'm at work because she didn't want to take the nice boat out, which was a 232 Cobalt at the time. Looking for a bimini top. I ended up on a blog reading about how fast the boat was supposed to hit 55. Mine would not do 40. So long story short, I took it to another guy that I know real well to check out the motor. Motor was shot. So filed a mechanic's lien to rebuild the motor. They didn't do nothing, lied to me. So I took it to them. They thought, well, we could, basically patch up this motor and it should run great for years because it's nothing I planned on keeping forever. I thought I'd, park it and let it rot when we were done using it pretty much because it was cheap. So they did their thing to the motor. I think I spent $5,500 on the boat, another $1,700 on the initial rebuild. And then guess what? We took it out a few times, ran great. I was actually real confident in it. Then I had some customers that drove up and they were on a little lake and they saw my boat there at work and they had to have it. So I made them a great price of like $3,500. First time out, guess what happens? They completely blew the motor. So now I'm at a point where, what do? Do I just keep, giving money away? Do I just give them their money back? But the boat was real nice. The stereo would splash water. I know, I put it in there. Long story short, I paid for a whole new reman motor in the boat and they were super happy. Great customers of mine, subscribers here on the channel. But I hate jet boats because of that. That boat, I think I lost $6,700 altogether. But the newer ones like that, great motors. They don't draft much water. A big sales pitch is, you don't have to worry about kids jumping on propellers, and that is true. I will say that I don't like them because they're loud. You got jet motors. They're loud. The fiberglass is thin. That's why you don't see jet boats on big bodies of water where it's rough, like the Lake of the Ozarks. You're going to stress crack them all to hell because the fiberglass is real thin. The gel coat is equally as thick, but the actual fiberglass itself, You know, you stretch crack, you get a lot of vibration. But they have to be built light to really get up and go like you want them to do. They're just loud going. I don't like the maneuverability of them whatsoever. The single greatest jet boat salesman cannot sell me that Cobra fins make it 100 times easier to drive. I've driven with both, and they're not. They take a little getting used to, just like anything else. And yeah, I can dock one fine now. I just don't like the maneuverability. I don't like the sound. I don't like the quality. I don't care who makes it. That's kind of the way I look at it. But if you're not in real rough water and you're worried about draft and drives, it is a great boat. If you're worried, and if you're worried about kids and you're in that type of environment where it's shallow water or something like that, you don't want drives. But if you're in any kind of rough water at all, I say definitely get a Bravo 3. Maneuverability is way better. Your true typical stern drive boat. So in your scenario, Rich, I guess that'd be the right boat for you, really. The 242S Limited, I did a video on one of those, one of my very early videos. That boat was pretty fun to drive. It just really loads up to get there, and that thing was like brand new. I shipped that to New Jersey or somewhere way the heck out over there. I'm just not a huge fan of the jet boats altogether. They're very expensive to work on too. It's just basically jet ski motors down inside the boat. The vinyl's relatively thin too. The stitching and seams and that kind of stuff. Look at how it's all built into the boat. Well, I hope that answers your questions. I'm sorry I'm not much help, just because I'm personally not a great big fan of jet boats altogether. I'm a stern drive guy or an outboard guy, I guess, based on experiences I've had with myself and with my customers throughout my career. Well, thank you so much for watching this week's video. Again, we're going to do the Baja video tonight. Probably post that in the morning, assuming I have enough battery left on the camera. Be sure to check out our products online, thebudseatspray.com. Our boat website is firstphasemarine.com, or you can type in UsedBoatsTV.com and it'll take you there. Thank you so much for watching our channel. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you on the water.
Woke up quick at about noon, just thought that I had to be in Compton soon.
Just a good old boy.